जय श्री राधे। हरे हम श्री गुरु स्मृत पदकमलं श्री गुरुपादां सगृहीता श्री विशाखान्वितांश ओम अज्ञानतिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नाम श्रेष्ठम् अनुभविष च पुत्रमत्र स्वरूपम् रूपं तस्याग्रजमुरुपुरीं मातुरीं गोष्ठवाटीं राधाकुण्डं गिरिवरमहो राधिका माधवाशा प्राप्तो यस्य प्रतत कृपया श्रीगुरुं तं नतोऽस्मि। नमस्ते गुरुदेवाय सर्वसिद्धिप्रदायिने सर्वमङ्गलरूपाय सर्वानन्दविदायिने यं प्राव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातराजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवो विनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मणिमानतोऽस्मि। हे श्री गुरु ज्ञान दीन बंधो स्वानंददाता करुणैक सिंधु वृंदावनासीन हितावतार प्रसीद राधा प्रणय प्रचार त्रायस्वो जगन्नाथ गुरो संसार वंदिना दग्धं मां कालदष्टं च त्वामहं शरणं गता राधा सर्वसं शक्तिं सखी संगनिवासिनी तामां सतं वन्दे गुरुरूपां परां सखीं। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। First of all, for millions of blessings, lotus feet of Rasmati Guru Padma, Nitila Brit Jet Guru Shisham Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Trendi Swami Shisham Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj, Namnishta Santosh Nirmukta Swamiji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas will accept the humble obeisances. So we are discussing Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is Adi Lila, 4th chapter, 69th verse. कृष्ण कांता गण देखी त्रिविध प्रकार एक लक्ष्मी गणपुरे ऋषि गणनार प्रजांगना रूपार कांता गण सार श्रीराधिका इते कांता गणेर विस्तार कृष्ण कांता गण. Actually here Kanta means Krishna's divine consorts, lovers of Krishna, female lovers especially. Kanta means female lovers. Kanta means male lover. So Krishna is Kanta, Krishna Kanta. Generally this is a name after initiation. Many ladies take this name, Krishna Kanta, Krishna Kanta Shiromani. So here you can see that Krishna is the Kanta and all is they are actually Kanta, Krishna Kanta Shiromani. So here Krishna Kanta Gana, Dekhi, I see. Dekhi means to see. Dekhana. In Hindi there is a Dekhana. Yes, a Dekhi. Bengal is a Dekhi. I see Trividha. Trividha means there are three types of Krishna's consorts. Prakar means kinds. So basically there are three types of attachments. Samadhati and Sadharani Rati. Sadharani Rati is something which is the attachment of Kubja. Attachment of Kubja is Sadharani Rati. Then attachment of Mata Mahishi is called Samanjasa Rati, and Samatha Rati is the attachment of the gopis. So one is Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, Pure in the city. The goddess of fortune, or Lakshmi. There are many Lakshmis actually. When Krishna is Narayan or Krishna has many incarnations, then he is associating with Lakshmi. Each incarnation is a Lakshmi, like Lakshmi Hayagriva, Lakshmi Nasingh, Lakshmi Narayan, Lakshmi Vaman. Every incarnation Krishna has is accompanied by one Lakshmi, and this Lakshmi is expression of Radharani. And then Mahishiya. Mahishi actually means the queens. Who are the queens of Krishna? The queens of Krishna, especially, she is the senior most. Then there is Satyabhama, who is most fortunate. Then there is also an incarnation of Lalita Saki Jambavati, who is the daughter of Jambavan. Then there is also Nagraji, Satya, Shebya. Kalindi. Kalindi is nothing but manifestation of Yamuna. So there are so many queens Krishna has. And then also, don't forget the princesses Krishna rescued from the clutches of Bhaumasura. So they were in the Narkasura, Bhaumasura. He had kidnapped many princesses. So those princesses also wanted to get married to Krishna. So Krishna married them also. They became Krishna's queens. So in this way, Krishna has 16,108 queens in Dwarka. There is countless gopis in Braja. Angana. Angana means actually beautiful women of Braja. So there is no question that the gopis are beautiful. In this world, actually we are hankering for seeing beauty. Any girl to tell that you get married, they say, no, how's my husband? He's charming, prince, he looks like prince. Or if the boy is told that, can you marry that girl? Then he will say, is that girl beautiful? But you see that most beautiful personality in this world is the gopis and Krishna. Krishna and gopis, they are very attractive and very charming. So I have no doubt that there is no one more attractive than Krishna, more attractive than Radharani. They are the most attractive. So if you are looking for beauty, then you have to approach Radha and Krishna. So the beautiful Brahma Braja. Rupa, having the form. Rupa means having the form. So are another type. Kantagana, the lovers, are the essence. She Radha hated. From Shri Radha Rani, Kantagana of the lovers of Krishna is the explanation. So basically, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has paraphrased this Kumara Masatya Sachi Chandra Rukmini Radha Avatara Sabe Amani Kumara Masatya Shri Chandra Rukmini means Parvati or Lakshmi, Satyabhama, Rukmini, all are expressions of Radharani. See, all these lovers of Krishna in different modes also they come from Radharani. So Vistar means expansion. The beloved of Lord Krishna are the goddess of fortune, the goddess of fortune or Lakshmi. Ananda Koti Vishnu Lok Namra Padmaja Archite. So there are innumerable planets of Vishnu, and each planet of Vishnu there is a Lakshmi accompanying the Vishnu's planet.
Yeah, Krishna, the delivery is done with from. Sorry, I'm not sure what happened with Sripad Bhaktivedanta Vishnu Daivata Maharaj. We just wait a while for him to come back. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare
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 Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Prabhu.
So, sorry, I ran out of data on my this one, so I had server account. Thank you. So, Hare Krishna. So, Umarama Satya Sachichandra Mani Radha Avatar Sabe Amayavani. Umarama Satya means Parvati. She is a concept of She's consort of Lord Shiva. Obviously, she's a great devotee of Krishna and she's expansion of Radharani. In that sense, you'll see that Gopakumar, when he received the Gopal mantra from Devi Kamasha, actually it is told in the Bhagavatam that Kamasha Devi is expansion of Radharani. So if Kamasha Devi is giving someone Gopal mantra, then actually it is like Radharani only giving. So Lakshmi is also not different from Radharani because Lakshmi is associating with Krishna in Vaikuntha planet. In Vaikuntha planet, you see so much opulence, and that is due to the presence of Lakshmi there. And in the Dwarka Dham or Mathura Dham, Krishna is accompanied by his queens. Now, these queens are 16,108 queens are there. So these queens, like Rukmini, Satyabhama, Jambavati, Nagnachiti, they are very attractive. But Krishna also married 16,100 more princesses who were in captivity of Narakasura or Bhaumasura, the son of Bhumi Devi and also Varahadev. So Krishna rescued from their clutches and he married those princesses because no one else would have married them. So Krishna is so merciful. Krishna will accept anyone and everyone actually. If that person sincerely approaches Krishna, then that Krishna never rejects anyone. This is the topmost mercy of Sri Krishna. Then Vrajangana. Vrajangana means especially beautiful damsels of Vraja. They are headed by actually Radharani. And there is also Vipaksha group that is headed by Chandravali. Then there is also Surpaksha and Tatastha, which are respectively headed by Bhadra and Pali. So, Akhila Samratam Bhakti Ruchiruddha Taraka Pali. Taraka and Pali. So, they are different gopis. So, either they belong to Radharani's party or Chandravali's party, or some of them are neutral and some of them are partial to Radharani. So, Krishna is always in the company of these beautiful damsels of Rasa. And they have very attractive form. Krishna also has very attractive form. So beauty is very prominent in Braja. Beauty, opulence is very prominent in Vaikuntha. But our Braja actually kind of runs with beauty. Especially Krishna's beauty is so attractive that even Lakshmi could not could not stay anymore in Vaikuntha, and she left Vaikuntha and came to see Krishna. She because she had so much desire to see the beauty of Krishna. So, Kastyano Bhavasana Deva Vidmahe Tavang Renu Sparshadikara Yad Vanchaya Shrena Charatapo Vihaya Kaman Suchiram Datta Pratapni. It is told Kastyano Bhavasana Deva Vidmahe Tavang Renu Sparshadikara. That Kaliya got the foot dust of Krishna, but Lakshmi has not got it yet. She's doing austerities in Belvavan. Even for Lakshmi, it is not easy to actually get access to the foot dust of Sri Krishna. Lakshmi is also still doing austerities. All over the world, she is giving benediction. But in Braj, what she is doing, she is simply praying to Krishna and Radharani that where she may get entrance into Rasa Leela. Whether she will get entrance into Rasa Leela or not, that's a different question. Because it depends only on Krishna. So then there are Kantagans. Kantagana are actually the followers of Radharani and Chandravali and others. They are Krishna's lovers. So the beloved consorts of Lord Krishna are of three kinds. The goddesses of fortune. The goddesses of fortune live in Vaikuntha planets, and there are queens in Dwarka and milkmaids of Vraja. Now, this is the term milkmaid. Yeah, in America there was a brand actually. Used to get condensed milk by the name Milkmaid. I remember that we very much used to use this particular brand, condensed milk for making delicacies. Milkmaids. It's a typical American word, milkmaid. But actually, we another word, substitute word for that is cowherd damsels. Cowherd damsels. This is also a perfect word. And so there is a prominence of milk in Braja. Many people say that Radharani was maybe selling milk in Braja. No need to sell milk. Like Balyangan Thakur has written in his Govinda Damodar Mahadar Stotra that Vikre Dukama Akila Gopakanya मुरारिपादार्पितचित्तवृत्ति दद्यादिकं मोहवशादवोच गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति विक्रेतु कामा अखिल गोपपुण्य मुरारी पादार्पित चित्तवृत्ति दध्यादिकम मोहवसाद मोच गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति. That gopis were selling yogurt. It may be seen like this, but that is not the thing. The real implied meaning is that gopis were attracted by the love for Sri Krishna, not by the money. Gopis may give some ghee, yogurt, butter, milk, and other things to some yogi like Bhaguri Rishi or Durvasa Muni who is performing some austerity or sacrifice. But for gopis, there is absolutely no need to sell milk products. Actually, in Braj, Srila Gurudev was telling that there was no system of selling the yogurt or there was no system of selling the um, um, buttermilk and all those things. Those were given actually free of charge. They were suddenly given free of charge. No need for charging anything for them. So you see that the milkmaids of Braja, the Radharani and other gopis, they are actually the topmost consorts of Krishna. And all of them, they come from Radhika. So Radhika is the fountainhead of all the gopis. Just like all the forms of Vishnu come from Krishna, so all the Lakshmis also come from Radharani. अवतारी कृष्ण जैसे करे अवतार अंशिनी राधा हिते तीन गणेर विस्तार अवतारी, the source of all incarnations. Now here very clearly Gurudev is telling that actually Krishna is avatari. Gurudev made a very nice statement yesterday's class. He said that if you chant the name of Krishna, then you already chanted the name of Ram. But if you chant the name of Ram, you are not yet chanted the name of Krishna. Because in the name of Krishna, the name of Ram is already included. But in name of Ram, name of Krishna is not included. Because Krishna is avatari and Ram is avatar. So avatari Krishna jaise kare avatar. Anshe Radha haite tina ganera vistar. So here very nice Siddhanta is given. Avatari, the source of all incarnations. Krishna, Lord Krishna, Jaiche, Kore makes avatar incarnations. Like Krishna gives rise to many incarnations. Like we study, right? Rama Dimurti Shakara Niyamena Tishtan Nana Avataram Akarod Bhuvanesha Kintu Krishna Swayam Samvat Parma Pumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Krishna takes incarnation like Ram, Varaha, Kurma, Matsya, like we sing in Dashavatar Stotra. Pralaya Payodhi Jale Dhrutavana Sivedam Vihita Vahita Charitra Makhedam Keshavadrita Mina Sharira Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Swami Jai Jagadisha Hare. So Krishna has taken here the shape of a fish. So we glorify Krishna. He is the source of all incarnations. The fish incarnation also emanates from Krishna. So similarly, Anshini Radha. Krishna is Avatari, Radharani is Anshini. Anshini means she is the source of all the portions. Radha. And Radharani is called Anshini. From her Aite, Tina Ganera Vistar. Tina Gana means the goddess of fortune in the Vaikuntha planets and queens of Krishna in Dwarka planet and gopis in Brajadham. All they come from Radharani. Just as the fountainhead Lord Krishna is the cause of all incarnations, so Shri Radha is the cause of all these concerts. So Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnations. And so Radharani is the cause of all these consorts. This is very clear now. वैभव गण जैन तांद्र अंग विभूति बिंब प्रतिबिंब रूपा मही शिरतटी. Vaibhava Gana, the expansions. Here Vaibhava means expansions. Jena, as it were, Tandra of her, Anga of the body. Vibhuti, powerful expansions. Now for us, this siddhi is not available. We cannot expand. Suppose there is a desire actually. Even if I have a desire, I cannot attend programs at two places. Like suppose Sripad Dandi Maharaj will tell me that some devotees are going to Pandharpur. You have to help them in Pandharpur and accompany them and Pandharpur and tell them some Harikatha. Or he may tell me that maybe some deity installation on the same day in Kolkata. Uh, so you have to be there also. So it is not possible. I can request Maharaj that Maharaj, I can either be in Pandharpur or I can be in Kolkata. I cannot be at two places at the same time. That is not possible because we don't have that siddhi of expanding ourselves, right? Like, for example, you have given birth to a child. You are a new mother and you are, nursing your child. And you have to also join the office. So it's very difficult for women. On one hand, they have to fulfill their maternal duty to the child. On the other side, they have a career also to look after because difficult to get job these times. So a mother cannot expand herself. She cannot be having two forms. In one form working in the office, other form is she, taking care of the baby. No, not possible actually. So like that, we don't have that. But Radharani, she can expand. Suppose Krishna goes to Vaikuntha and he becomes Narayan or he becomes Varahadev, they will see that immediately on his left hand side, Radharani will manifest as Lakshmi. Radharani herself will not go in Vaikuntha planet, she will expand and take an appropriate form and accompany Krishna, who has taken also an appropriate form suitable for that abode. When Krishna will go to Vaikuntha, he will be like Narayan, a mood of awe and reverence. Then Radharani will also be like a Lakshmi. So you see that next to Varahadev also Lakshmi is there, next to Narsinga Dev also Lakshmi is there. So these incarnations are not alone. So Vaibhav Gana, the expansion Jena as it were, Tandra of her, Anga of the body, Vibhuti, powerful expansions. The goddesses of fortune are partial manifestations of Srimati Radhika, and the queens are reflections of her image. So you'll see that these goddess of fortune who are living in the Vaikuntha planets with Varahadev or Narsingadev or Kurvadev or Vamandev, they are all partial manifestations of Srimati Radhika. So if there is a Lakshmi Devi who is residing in Varahadev, she is not the complete Radhika, but she is just a partial manifestation of Radhika. And the queens in Dwarka or Mathura, they are the reflections of her image. They are her Pratibimba. So it means that many times Krishna will look at Rukmini and he will be reminded of Chandravali. And also Krishna will look at Satyabhama, he will be reminded of Radharani. Because Satyabhama is the Pratibimba of Radharani and Rukmini is the Pratibimba reflection of Chandravali. But Chandravali herself is an expansion of Radharani. So it means that Chandravali herself is not different, but she is also an expansion of Radharani. Radharani herself has taken the mood of her competitor. In fact, all the gopis in Braj, they are all Kaya view of Radharani. So everything has come from Radharani. So all the Tattva, Shakti Tattva, Radharani is the source. Lakshmi Gana Tandra Vaibhava Vilasam Sharupa Mahishi Gana Vaibhava Prakasha Swarupa Lakshmi Gana. The goddess of fortune. In this material world, you'll see that everyone is hankering for wealth. Everyone wants wealth. Everyone wants money. But one should know that it is coming only from Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the source of all the wealth in this world. And if you want the mercy of Lakshmi, then you have to pray to Krishna. Without the mercy of Krishna, Lakshmi will not favor anyone, Narayan. But people, they don't want mercy of Narayan or Krishna. They only want the mercy of Lakshmi. That is not correct. So, Vaibhava Vilas, as Vaibhava Vilas, Amsha of plenary portions, Rupa having the form, Mahishi Gana, the queens, Vaibhava Prakash of Vaibhava Prakash, Swarupa having the nature. The goddess of fortune are her plenary portions. So, goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, they are plenary portions. Plenary means actually they are complete, but in themselves, plenary means they are complete, they are whole, means they are not half. They are also complete, but exhibiting less power. That is called plenary portions. And also, they display the forms of Vaibhav Vilas. So here, The queens are of the nature of her Vaibhav Prakash. So this is clear here. Akara Svabhava Bhede Braja Devi Gan Kaya Viharupa Tandra Seran Karana. Akar, the features are different. Now, there are some esoteric books and they will discuss actually what color sari Radharani will wear, what color sari Vishakha will wear, what color sari Lalita will wear, which kunja they will reside, understand what is the nature. Some is Vamya, means someone has leftist mood, some gopi has rightist mood, some has submissive mood, some has contrary mood, Dakshina and Vamya, Tatastha, like this. Not that all the gopis have the same nature. So they have diverse bodily features also. They have different bodily features. Like some gopis different color, some gopis fair in color, some is little dark in color. So like that. Radharani is actually Navago Chana Gauri, Pravarendi Varam Varam, Manistauta Vidyati, Vini Valandana Param. So every gopi has a characteristic, including Radharani. So they are her expansions and are the instruments for expanding rasa. So if there is only Radharani and Krishna, the rasa may not manifest to such a high class degree. Only when she is accompanied by gopis and manjaris, then rasa manifest. Srila Gurudev gives an example. There is a creeper and there is a tree, and the tree is embracing the creeper, and creeper is embracing the tree rather. But the creeper has no leaves and no birds and no flowers. Then what is use of that creeper? That creeper will not look very attractive. Understand? So Gopigana Tara Pallava Pushpapata. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, the mention will come that if Radharani is compared to the Kalpalata, the desire creeper, then the gopis are like the leaves and flowers and the birds, like Manjaris, gopis and Manjaris. So without gopis and Manjaris, the Krishna's pastimes, Radha Krishna's pastimes cannot reach completion. Vibhurubi Sakarupa so Prakasho Vivava, Kshanamapana hi Radha Krishna Ruteswa, Vajjarsa Pustim Chit Bhuvi Trivisha, Shaitina Mahasa, Sakhinam Sakhya. Some verse like this will come in Chaitanya Charitamrita. That without Sakhis and Manjaris, the pastimes of Radha Krishna are not very attractive. So we'll switch to the next verse. Bahu kanta vina nahe rasera ullas lila rasaya lage bahuta prakash. Bahu means many, kanta means lovers. Vina without, nahe there is not. Rasera of melo, ullas exaltation. Now actually in India also you see that till recently there was polygamy was allowed. Many kings, they had many consorts. They married many their lovers. Wives were allowed. There are so many. Bhagavatam also describes that how Chitraketu Maharaj had 1 lakh queens, and Ambarish Maharaj also had many queens. In Pandava times also you see that Yudhishthira Maharaj married also at least 2 queens. Like all of them were married to Draupadi, and also they had individual wives also. Like Bhima was married to Hidimbi, Arjun was married to Subhadra and Draupadi, and also Ulupi, like this. Like that. So it was not uncommon to marry many women, but now it is forbidden by law. You can have only one wife. As a Hindu marriage law, only one wife was allowed. So, but in spiritual world, actually there is no such limitation. Because Krishna, he can accept as many consorts as he likes. There is no limit. Shrutichari gopis, Munichari gopis, Sadhan Siddha gopis, Sangha Siddha gopis, and also the gopis who are Nitya Siddha gopis, like that. Yautiki, Ayutiki. All the gopis, Krishna will accept them. So therefore, Srimati Radhika has many manifestations in the form of gopis. If you want more description about this topic, then you will have to refer to Ujjwal Neelamani and also many other books are there. So we should refer to them. Those books will tell us about more details about this. So without many consorts, there is not such exaltation in rasa. Therefore, there are many manifestations of Radharani to assist in the Lord's pastimes. So Tara Madhya Vraje Nana Bhavarasa Vede Krishna ke Karaya Rasa Adhika As Lila Swade Tara Madhya. Among them, Vraja in Vraja. Vrajati. So what is the meaning of the word of Vraja? Then Vraja is actually, like Gurudev telling, Vrajati Chalati. Vrajati. Vrajati means moving. So the Vrajavasis are always on move. And you see that when Krishna was born, right after that, there were so many calamities started falling on Nanda Gokul Maharaj, Nanda Maharaj Gokul village. Understand? So when Krishna was maybe 6 years, 6 days old, Putana came, and then Trunavartan, Shakatasu, so many demons started coming. So finally, when Krishna became almost 5 years, they decided to switch Krishna's abode from Gokul to Vrindavan. And all the Gopas, they took all their luggage and put it on the bullock carts, and they made the gopis and their children and also elderly person were made to sit on the bullock cart, and all the gopas were walking in the front carrying bow and arrow. So Braja means that is always moving. Well, they moved sometimes from Gokul, then they went to Vrindavan, and then they stayed there, and then finally they shifted to Nandagaon, something like this. So Braja means always moving, and also cows are always moving. They are covered boys are also running after the cows, like that. So these pastimes are taking place in Braja. Atati or Brajati, to move. Nana various. Bhava moves. Rasa are of mellows. Vede by differences. Krishna ke Lord Krishna. Karaya caused to do rasa adhika, beginning with the rasa dance. Leela of the pastimes. Aswade testing. So among them are various groups of consorts in Braja who have varieties of sentiments and mellows. They help Lord Krishna taste all the sweetness of the rasa dance and other pastimes. So among all the pastimes, the Rasa Leela is the topmost pastime. And Krishna's flute is the king of all the instruments, musical instruments. Vrindaranye Pramarasane Mallika Pushpamode Shishubramsho Kiranaruchire Kokila Dermanode Ratro Chitre Pashupamanita Chitta Deha Pahari Kansarate Madhuramurali Vadyarajora Raja. Krishna played the flute and he attracted the gopis, and the gopis came to meet him in the dead of night. Then Krishna was joking with these gopis. He told, Rajanya Isha Ghora Rupa Ghora Sattva Nishevita. Rajanya Isha Ghora Rupa means this is a very fearsome night, very deadly night, dreadful night. You should return your home. But gopis didn't return because they knew that whatever Krishna speaks, he speaks in Parokshavad, means indirectly. What Krishna was telling that Rajani Esha Ghora Rupa. But actually Krishna wanted to tell them that this Rajani is not Ghora Rupa. It is not very fearsome, but Aghora Rupa. It is not at all fearsome. So in this way Krishna was joking with the gopis. And then after some conversation, the Ras Leela began. And that is the Sharadiya Ras that is described in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. But also there is a description of Vasanti Ras, which is given in the book called Gita Govinda by Sri Chaitanya Goswami Pal. Various groups of consorts in Braja have varieties of sentiments and mellows. They help Lord Krishna taste all the sweetness of the rasa dance and other pastimes. As already explained, Radha Nrityati Dakshine Rasavati Vameta Chandravali Madhya Shamala Sundaro Ratakala Uddipayesh Chottama. That Krishna is dancing with Radharani on one side and Chandravali on the other side. The Rasa Leela that took place in Vrindavan at Vamshi Bhat, Seva Puj, that Rasa Leela, all the gopis, Sadhan Siddha, Nitya Siddha, Sutichari, Munichari, Yotiki, Avitiki, all types of gopis, Prachina, Arvachina, all gopis are allowed. But the Rasa Leela that takes place at the in Govardhan, then that Chandra Sarovar, only the Nitya Siddha gopis are allowed there. Sadhan Siddha gopis are not allowed in that Rasa Leela. But the Rasa Leela that takes place in the middle of Radha Kunda, there only the gopis of Radharani's party are allowed. So there are different Rasa Leela taking place in different places, and based on season, like Vasanti Ras and Sharadiya Ras. These are two distinctions of Rasa Leela based on the season. And also the location also is there. Different places Rasila takes place. Um, so as uh, explained, Lord Krishna and Radha are one in two. So it is told that there is no difference between Krishna and Radha. Because Krishna prema mai Radha, Radha prema mayo hari. Jivane nidane nityam Radha Krishna gatirmama. Krishnasya dravinam Radha, Radhaya dravinam hari. Jivane marane nityam Radha Krishna gatirmama. Krishna gehe stita Radha, Radha gehe stito hari. Jivane nidane nityam Radha Krishna gatirmama. So that's why Radha Krishna, they are non-different. And they are actually two bodies and one soul. So they are identical. Krishna expands himself in multi-incarnations and plenary portions like the Purushas. So it is told that संकर्षणा कारण तोयशाही गर्भोदशाही च प्रयोगदिशाही शेषस्य शाम कलाथ नित्या नंदाख्य Rama Sharanam Namastu. That Krishna, his first expansion is Balaram, and from Balaram comes Pradyumna, the Vasudeva, and Guru Sankarshan. From Vasudev comes Narayan, and from Narayan comes second Chaturvya, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva, and Guru Sankarshan, Mahasankarshan. And from Mahasankarshan comes Mahavishnu. So you see that even Vishnu, Mahavishnu, Karvadaksha Vishnu, Siddhadaksha Vishnu, they are all plenary portions of Sri Krishna. So Krishna expands himself in multi-incarnations and plenary portions like the Purushas. Purusha avatars are three. That is, Prathama Purusha avatar is, that is Mahavishnu. Second Purusha avatar is Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and third Purusha avatar is actually Kshirodaksha Vishnu. So similarly, Srimati Radharani expands herself in multi forms as the goddesses of fortune, the queens and damsels of Raja. Means Radharani always wants to serve Krishna. She is not satisfied by serving Krishna alone. So therefore, wherever Krishna goes, she again expands and renders service to Krishna. She is full of the desire to serve Krishna. Who is the foremost of the servitor of Krishna? Then that is Radharani. And therefore, we always want to follow in the footsteps of Radharani. She is the best servitor of Sri Krishna. And she is the consort of Sri Krishna, beloved of Sri Krishna. Such expansions from Srimati Radharani are all her plenary portions. And all these womanly forms of Krishna are expansions corresponding to his plenary expansions of Vishnu form. These expansions have been compared to reflected forms of the original form. There is no difference between the original form and the reflected forms. The female reflections of Krishna's pleasure potency are as good as Krishna himself. The plenary expansions of Krishna's personality are called Vaibhav Vilas and Vaibhav Prakash, and Radha's expansions are similarly described. The goddesses of fortune are her Vaibhav Vilas forms, and the queens are her Vaibhav Prakash forms. The personal associates of Radharani, the damsels of Raja, are direct expansions of her body. So this is called Kaya Vyuha. I said Kaya means the body and Vyuha means expansions. So Radharani has also many expansions because she expanded millions of forms of gopis just to render service to Krishna. We can understand how great is Srimati Radharani. The goddess of fortune are her Vaibhav Vilas forms, and the queens are her Vaibhav Prakash forms. The personal associates of Radharani, the damsels of Raja, are direct expansions of her body. As expansions of her personal form and transcendental disposition, they are agents of different reciprocations of love in the pastimes of Lord Krishna under the supreme direction of Srimati Radharani. In the transcendental realm, enjoyment is fully relished in variety. The exuberance of transcendental melo is increased by the association of a large number of personalities similar to Radharani, who are also known as gopis or sakhis. The variety of innumerable mistresses is a source of relish for Sri Krishna, and therefore those expansions from Srimati Radharani are necessary for enhancing the pleasure potency of Sri Krishna. Their transcendental exchanges of love are the super excellent affairs of the pastimes in Vrindavan. By these expansions of Srimati Radharani's personal body, she helps Lord Krishna taste the rasa dance and similar other activities. Srimati Radharani, being the central petal of the Rasa Leela flower, is also known by the names found in the following verses. So we'll stop here today. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpataruvesha kripa sindhu veja pradhanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Please note the verse 1.4.76. I will send information also by telegram. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Radhe. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpataruvesha Dandavats. Hare Krishna. Sonangman Prabhu Jaidwani. Hare Krishna. जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद गर जी की जय। जय नितला पृष्ठजत गुरु शिष्य भक्तिदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज गुरुदेव की जय। नितला पृष्ठजत गुरु शिष्य भक्तिदांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद शिष्य भक्तिदांत त्रिविक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद शिष्य गोविंद गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद शिष्य भक्तिदांत स्वामी महाराज की जय। आचार्य की शिष्य भक्ति ज्ञान की की जय। प्रेम से कौ श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गोवर्धन मंडल की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। कोटि वैष्णव की जय। स्वामी श्री भक्तिदास दंडी महाराज की जय। नाम में संत दास की मदद से प्रभु की जय। धामवासी भक्तवृंद की जय। समागत भक्तवृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। Anyone other questions? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Sripad Bhaktivedanta Vishnu Daivata Mj ki jai. Vancha Kalpataruvesya Kripa Sindhu BV Vishnu Vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Vaishnavibhyo.
Where are the all the devotees? Where are they from? Can devotees introduce who are attending class? I see some new devotees. Neelam, Kamal. So Anand Prabhu is there. Who are the new devotees? Hare Krishna. So very good. I am very happy that we are getting newer and newer devotees, and the class is always expanding. So as you see here that Chaitanya Charitamrita is not an ordinary book. It is going to be more and more nectar coming your way, because now the next verse will be 1.4.76. Govinda Nandini Radha Govinda Mohini Govinda Sarvasya Sarvakanta Shiromani. Govinda Anandini, she who gives pleasure to Govinda. So actually Krishna gives pleasure to the whole world. The water we drink, there is also Krishna. We get pleasure by drinking water. Everything great. Yadyad vibhuti masatto srimad urjitame bhava tatat evava gachattam tadmama tejo anshu sambhavam. So whatever good is actually coming from Krishna. But you'll see that Krishna is giving pleasure to the whole world, but Krishna gets himself pleasure from Radharani. That's why she's Radha. She's Govinda Mohini, she who mystifies Govinda. Krishna is also mesmerized and stunned by her beauty, her nature. Krishna cannot understand her moods. She is Govinda Sarvasya. She is the be all and end all of Lord Govinda. So you see that Krishna's, we know, we say Akinchana. Akinchana means Krishna, and possession means someone who has left everything. Then that person's position is Krishna. But Radharani is the position of even Krishna. She is the whole and soul of Krishna. Means Krishna says that my everything is Radha. Other than Radha, I have no other position. I am penniless, beggar in front of Radha. So Sarvakanta, of all of Krishna's Lord's lover, she is a crest jewel, crown jewel. Crown jewel means on the top, the woman is to have a jewel like this. So among all the consorts of Sri Krishna, She is the jewel. Radha is the one who gives pleasure to Govinda. And she is also the enchantress of Govinda. It means Krishna is enchanted by her qualities. And she is the be all and end all of Govinda. And the crest jewel of his consorts. So these very nice verses are coming. Devi Krishnamai Prokta. Radhika Paradevata, Sarva Lakshmi Mai Sarva, Kantihi Sammohini Para. Srila Gurudev was telling that we have many anarthas, we have many unwanted habits. So there are some pastimes like Putana pastime. This Putana pastime is this pastime where Krishna killed Putana. This pastime is actually to remove our anarthas. What is a Putana anartha? That's cheating propensity. Like a guru will come and tell that you are my disciple, but actually it's not a real guru. Or mother will come and tell that you are my child, but not real mother. Putana was a fake mother. She acted like a mother, but her mood was not like a mother. Her mood was like a demoness mother. So like that propensity to cheat others, to con others is Putana. And Krishna destroys that. So if we are full of anarthas, then we remember these pastimes of Sri Krishna, Naimittik Lila, where he killed many demons. And those who are on more advanced stage, Raga or Raganuga Bhakti, they can remember some verse of glorifying Krishna's beautiful form. Fullendi Varakanti Bindu Vadanam Bhavatam Sampriyam Shrivat Sankam Udara Kostubhadram Pitambaram Sundaram Gopinam Nenot Parachitatanam Gopasanga Vratam Govindam Kalavedu Vadana Param Divyanga Bhusham Bhaje. So like these verses, because what happens that although we have mala in our hand, so the Gurudev was telling, and then we are chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, but our mind is running 100 miles per hour this way and that way like a train. So although we are sitting in one place, mind is going without ticket, visa, passport to all the countries in the world, all the states, traveling here and there. Understand? So how to study the mind? The only way to study the mind is remember the meanings of the verses, depending on their qualification. If you are having a lot of anarthas, then you remember the pastimes of Sri Krishna, Srila Gurudev was telling, where Krishna is killing the demons, because each particular demon represents an anartha. And if you are doing some sweet Raganuga Bhakti, then you should try to remember Krishna's some verses which describe Krishna's beauty, like Barha Pidam Natabarbapu Karanayo Karnikaram. These are perfect verse for remembering. When the acharyas, they are chanting these verses and chanting the holy name, they are fully absorbed. They don't know how the night has passed. Some persons may be circumambulating Giriraj. The Gurudev was telling that a lot of people go to Giriraj and they put 108 stones, one stone after another stone, and do Dandavati Parikrama to Giriraj Govardhan. But actually, none of us don't go away by that. Harikatha, how much ruchi you have for Harikatha? Notpadati Rati Shrama Eva Kevalam. We have opened many goshalas, children, schools for children, food for life, and book distribution. All we are doing, but we have no taste for Harikatha. Then we fall asleep in Harikatha, we have no taste for Harikatha, we skip the Harikatha. Then Gurudev said that actually this is not the sign of spiritual advancement. Uh, the real advancement is when we have developed the taste for chanting and hearing the Harikatha. So it is very important that we develop the taste for this sweet Harikatha. So we should never miss these classes. Shulvatam Sakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Ruddhantostoi Abhadrani Vidunati Sasana. Nashta Prayesha Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhagavati Nishtiki Tada Rajastama Bhava Kama Loba Daishte Chet Eter Anaviddham Sitam Satve Prasiddham. Once we attend the Srimad Bhagavatam classes regularly, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhurya Kadamini, Jaiva Dharma, all these classes we attend regularly, and all the anarthas in the heart, they go away. So it is very important that we pay attention to this particular Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. But also Bhagavat also two types, Bhakta Bhagavat and Book Bhagavat. We should also render service to the Bhakta Bhagavat, because the message of Chaitanya Charitamrita, message of Bhagavatam is stored in lock and key, and the lock and key is with the pure devotee. Understand? So simply studying the books will not do. You'll also have to render service to the pure devotees. But suppose someone has no guru, or someone's guru has fallen. Means when he accepted the initiation, Gurudev was actually, suppose someone's guru was following all the regulative principles, not attached to any woman and not engaging in other activities like this. But then after some time that guru develops attachment for a woman and he gets married and falls down. In that case, he is called Vantashi, means he is licking his own vomit. So in that case, what we have to do, Srila Gurudev was telling that you take shelter of Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, that you should regard him as a guru, and you keep on chanting the holy name till you find another high class Vaishnava. And then you accept that Vaishnava as your Diksha Guru again. But suppose if your Guru has fallen, and then Gurudev was telling that if your Guru has fallen and you still remain attached to him, then he will not be able to nourish you. You will not make any spiritual advancement if you remain attached to that fallen person. In that case, you have to move forward and you have to find a Guru who cannot fall down. Understand? Who has no attachment for women or wealth and prestige like this. So that is our duty. But obviously, if some other institutions, other organizations, there will be members. Our duty is not to criticize them. We should not criticize, and neither we should hear criticism of our own Gurudev. We should not criticize others' gurus and other institutions and devotees in other institutions. At the same time, if someone is criticizing our Gurudev, then we should immediately close our ears and run away from there. Not hear the criticism of our own Gurudev or our own institution. And in case you have the ability to cut their arguments, then you can perfectly cut all their arguments. Those who are criticizing our Gurudev. So Mad Natho Jagannatho Mad Guru Jagat Guru. One who's the enemy of my Guru is the enemy of the whole world. One who is an enemy of my Guru is the enemy of every single living entity in the world. One who is the enemy of my Guru is the enemy of Lord Krishna also. Because my Guru is so dear to Lord Krishna. Unless we develop this type of conviction, bhakti cannot begin. So therefore, Srila Gurudeva is again and again advising us that simply doing all this Arup Siddha Bhakti will not work. What is Arupa Siddha Bhakti? For example, I like some nice food like parathas or idli dosas. I make those parathas, idli dosas, and then I offer it to Thakurji and I eat them. But I did not make them to satisfy Lord Krishna. I made idli dosas, parathas, everything so that I can satisfy my own tongue or tongue of my relatives. Then that is not called bhakti, but it is. But you may look upon it as bhakti, so it's called Arup Siddha Bhakti. You are simply superimposing bhakti upon an activity which is not actually a bhakti. That is called Arupa Siddha Bhakti. So it is very, very important to understand what is Shuddha Bhakti. And without hearing Bhagavatam, if you have no taste for hearing Harikatha, how will we grow in bhakti? Understand? So here, Devi Krishnamai Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mai Sarva Kanta Samohini Para. Devi means who shines brilliantly. Dyotamana. Dyotamana means who shines brilliantly. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also Deva. We say Chaitanya Deva. Or we can say Krishna Deva Bhavantam Mandir. Deva means one who is very effulgent. Dyotamana. Dyotamana Devi. So one Deva or Devi means one who is very effulgent. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also very effulgent. Swarna Koti Darpana Vadeha Varna Gauravam Padma Parijata Gandha Vanditanga Saurabam Koti Kama Murchitangri Ruparasa Rangaram Prema Dhama Devameva Naumi Gaura Sundaram Prema Dhama Devameva Naumi Gaura Sundaram. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very effulgent. He has taken the bodily complexion of Radharani. He has the compassion of Radharani. So therefore, compassion of Krishna alone will not help us so much. Understand? Krishna is more like a businessman. If you surrender to him to a certain degree, then he will also reward you to a certain degree. But those are very fallen, those are very sinful, those are full of anarthas, those are very offensive. They cannot be delivered by Krishna's mercy alone, not possible. So they will need the mercy of Sachidanand Gaurahan. Then what we have to do? Then we have to also chant their names because they are very merciful. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. It is our duty to pray to Sri Gaur Nitai because they are very, very merciful. Gaur Nitai Tora Duta Bhai, Pati the Janera Bandhu. So Radharani she is very effulgent. Krishna is also very effulgent, but Mahaprabhu is the combined effulgence of Radha and Krishna. So she is called Krishnamai. She is not different from Krishna. Krishnamai means not different from Krishna. They are one actually. Like one time Krishna himself told, and this verse is quoted in Padyavali, Avirbhava dinena yena ganito etustaniyan Shietapi na cha parada vidina natyanayo vardhate piyusha prativedinastra jagati dukkadruha sampratam premnastasya guru katham na karave vangnishtata ladhavam. That the love between Radha and Krishna is so great that the words cannot express that love so much. Any amount of verbal arrangement or any amount of words cannot describe the love between Radha and Krishna. And this love is spontaneous love. Means Radha and Krishna, their love is inborn, natural. Generally in the material world, we see that the love between boy and girl, it increases only when they meet each other or they hear of each other. So generally, but Radha Krishna, even before they met each other, they had natural love. They had sahajiya love. So sahajiya love means they are actually natural love. They have natural love for each other. Sahaja, born with that love. Radharani is born with the love for Krishna, and Krishna is born with the love for Radharani. There is not any particular day when that love began. That is an eternal love. That is a natural love. So Radhika Paradevata, she is most worshipable. Means when we tell Gayatri Mantra also that we say that she is the effulgence of Krishna. Bhargo Devasya. So she is the effulgence of Krishna. The word Deva comes in Gayatri Mantra also, Devasya. So she is the Paradevata. She is most worshipable. Even you'll see that Mad Bhakta Pujya Vidhika. Krishna says that I worship my own devotees. Bhagavatam says that I walk behind my devotees so that the food dust rising from my devotees will touch my body. Uyet Angri Renuvi. And Krishna becomes a devotee of his devotees. Krishna becomes a servitor of his devotees. Time and again, this has been proven. So Krishna is completely controlled by those who serve him, and especially Radharani, the best servitor. So Krishna is controlled by Radharani. And she is Sarvakanti, in whom all splendor exists. All splendor means that Radharani is very effulgent. Grishta Patta Grishtota Kashmira Gauri. Radharani's bodily effulgence is described by, I think, Acharyas, maybe Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami or Rupa Goswami, that you take a golden slab and then you take some kesar. Kesar is nothing but saffron. Saffron. And saffron is also very effulgent. And if you rub saffron on the golden slab, that is the complexion of Radharani. Understand? So she is full of all the splendor. And she is Sammohini, whose character completely bewilders Lord Krishna. Like Krishna, he completely loses his character and completely loses his balance when he sees Radharani. He becomes so mad actually. Radha Nama Sudham Rasaito Jivvastu Me Vibhala. And actually, even when Krishna hears the name Radha, he completely mesmerized. That's why this is the greatest quality of Radharani. She completely bewilders Krishna. And she is Krishna's superior energy. So there is inferior energy and there is superior energy. The Radharani is the superior energy of Krishna. So we'll discuss this in the next class. These two verses from Gautamiya Tantra and the verse previous to that. Govinda Nandini Radha, Govinda Mohini, Govinda Sarvaswa, Sarva Kanta Shiromani. These are very nice verses, very good for meditation. I request all of you that you should try to, Sanskrit may be very difficult. The Gurudev used to say that I didn't study Sanskrit, but Srila Gurudev nevertheless studied Bhagavatam in depth, although he didn't know Sanskrit so much. He never formally studied Sanskrit. But actually, Srila Gurudev, he knew Sanskrit because of, he said, by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, and by mercy of my Gurudev and Nityananda Prabhu, automatically I learned Sanskrit. Automatically the purpose of Chaitanya Charitamrita and especially Srimad Bhagavatam, which is in Sanskrit, is to manifest in my heart, is all by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. So even if someone is not so educated, formally educated, Gurudev said that I don't even have the degree. I don't even have BA degree or MA degree. So Gurudev said that I am not even graduate or postgraduate. But Srila Gurudev's classes were heard by even great personalities like who are PhDs like Dr. Achyutal Bhatta, Kedarnath Tatradi, and other scholars also used to attentively hear Gurudev's realizations on Rupa Goswami, Radha Krishna. Gurudev had such deep realization that came to him by the mercy of his Guru Varga, because he sacrificed everything to his Gurudev. He told that, Gurudev, you can, I have whatever love and affection I had for my family members, for my mother, my father, my brothers, I have taken that love out from there and I am given it to your lotus feet. He sacrificed everything to his Gurudev. And therefore, because of his great sacrifice in sadhan bhajan, no wonder that he's also Nitya Siddha Parikar of Radha Krishna. So he was perfected personality, Nitya Siddha Parikar of Radha Krishna. So therefore, we should try to study these books. Like a lot of people may think, oh, what is this? We are reading a book of ISKCON, and this is from Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj of ISKCON, and now you are from Gaudiya Math, then how this is like this, and then maybe we are talking about two different institutions. No, actually, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj himself belonged to Gaudiya Math. Not only him, but his father also respected Gaudiya Math very much. And second thing, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he said very clearly that my place of worship is Mayapur. And he said that my office is Mumbai and my place of bhajan is Mayapur, my place of work is Mumbai, and my home is Vrindavan. So if you want to settle in Vrindavan, if you want to settle in Bhava Vrindavan or Golak Vrindavan, you certainly need the mercy of Navadvip Dham, Mayapur Dham. That's why Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj said that place of my worship is Mayapur or Navadvip Dham or Nadia. Why? Because there is less consideration of offense in Nadia Dham. Krishna Nam kare aparadhir vichar, Nam leke aparadhir na hai vikar, Bahu janma kariya di shravana kirtana, Tabu dana paye Krishna pade premadana, Chaitanya Nityananda nahi ye sab vichar, Nam leke premadana bhaye ashudhan. There is consideration of offenses in Krishna Nam, but there is no such offenses in chanting the Gaura Nam. So that's why Gaura Nam is so much more merciful than Krishna Nam, because he has come in the mood of feminine gender, in the mood of Radharani. Obviously, you see that Krishna is very merciful, but Radharani is even more merciful. One time I was hearing one story from Sri Rajendra Ji Maharaj. Rajendra Ji Maharaj heard from his Guru Varga. Once he was massaging the feet of some sadhu, maybe Baksar Wale Mama or some of his senior Vaishnava. He was massaging his feet as a young man. Then, he told a story to Rajendra Maharaj. He said, one time Goswami Tulsidas became very lean and thin. He was a great devotee of Ramchandra and he was always chanting Ram, 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 Ram like this. But he became very weak. And once Ram expressed his anxiety to Hanuman, he told Hanuman, I am really worried about something. Then Hanuman said to Ram that, oh, you are, why you have to worry? You are Bhagavan. Why you have to worry about anything? Is there, what in the world can worry you? Nothing should worry you. Then he said, yes, I am still worried because I am worried about the falling health of Goswami Tulsidas. My pure devotee Goswami Tulsidas is becoming very lean and thin. That's why I'm worried. So Hanuman said, okay, let me go and meet him. So Hanuman, on the request of Ram, came and saw Goswami Tulsidas. And he saw that Goswami Tulsidas was lying on the bed. He was very lean and thin, very weak. And he was chanting by his tongue, although in that condition, Ram, 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 Ram. He had become very lean and thin. Then Hanuman said, now I got the problem. Now I diagnosed what the problem is with his ill health. He's only chanting Ram, 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 Ram. He should be chanting Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Why? Because it is the mother who gives nourishment. Sita is the mother, Ram is the father. Understand? If you are not chanting the name of mother, who will give you the nourishment? Understand? So therefore, we always have to take the help of Shakti. Without Shakti, only if we are worshipping only Krishna, that will not do. We have to also worship Radharani. आतपरहित सूरज नाहि जानी राधा विरहित माधव नाहि मानी केवल माधव पूजय सो अज्ञानी राधा अनादर करे अभिमानी. That one who worships Krishna alone, that person is very proud. And actually all his worship goes in vain because he doesn't respect Krishna's pleasure potency, Radharani. Anything you do without Radharani will not meet success. That person is just a duplicitous person and will never meet success. Radhika dasi jadi hai abhimana शीघ्र मिलाई तब गोकुल कान. If you develop this pride that I am Radharani's maid servant, I am Radha Dasi, then Krishna will immediately show favor to you. Krishna is highest respect to that. If you tell that I am Radharani's Dasi. If you accept yourself to be Radharani's Dasi, then Krishna will be very much pleased with you. So therefore, yar king karish bhavsha khalukat vani nityam parasya purushasya shikhanya maule tasya tada rasade vrishabhanu jaya tat keli kunja bhavanangana marjanisya. One Saraswati Path, with incarnation of Tunga Vidya, is telling that when will I become a stick in the broom which sweeps the kunjas of Radha Krishna? I want that menial position. I want to become a stick in the broom that sweeps where Radha Krishna's kunjas, where Radha Krishna's sweet pastimes take place. I want to become a stick in the broom which sweeps those kunjas, so I can get the foot dust of Radharani and Krishna. If Radharani is pleased with us, then we have got all the success in life. Rupayati yadi Radha badita shesha bada. Rupayati yadi Radha badita shesha bada. Kim aparam pushti maryadayorme yadi vadati cha kinchit smeraha sadita shri Dvijavaramani panktya mukti shuktya tadakim Shama sundara shikhanda shekhara smeraha samurali manohara Radhika rasika mam krupanidhe Swapriya charana kinkarim kuru Prananatha vrishabhanu nandini Shri mukhabjarasa lola shatpada Radhika padatale kuru sthitim Tvam bhajami rasikendra shekhara Samvidaya dashane trunam vidho Idam yache vraja mahendra nandana Astu mohana tavati vallava Madhishwari janma janmane priya. Here very ardent prayer by Vallabhacharya's son, Vithalacharya, to Krishna. He's telling Krishna that, oh Krishna, if you are pleased with me, then make me a follower of Radharani. Make me a maidservant of Radharani. I am just holding straw in my teeth, between my teeth, with folded hands and cloth around my neck. With great humility, I fall prostrated before you, Krishna. If you are at all pleased with me, make me a follower and maidservant of Radharani. I have no other desire. I don't want anything from you, Krishna. I only want that you make me maidservant of Radharani. That's all. So you can see that, but it is not possible unless we surrender to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Krishna, but he is in the mood of Radharani. So therefore, he can give us that Braja Prem. He can give that Braja Prem. Without going to Navadvip, without taking shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, without studying Chaitanya Charitamrita, we cannot understand these esoteric modes of Radha Krishna. Understand? So, so it is told that if you don't worship Navadvip Dham, Anaradhya Radha Padambu Jarenum Anashritya Vrindatavi Tat Padankam Asambhasha Tadbhava Gambhira Chittan Kutashama Sindora Sasyabagaha. Even if you go to Vrindavan, you will not understand anything. Vrindavan Dham will not speak to you. Giraj Govardhan will not explain to you only tattva about him. You will never understand what is Giraj Govardhan, what is the significance of Giraj Govardhan, what is the significance of Vrindavan, Navadvip. You will not understand. You have to become the foot dust of Rasik Vaishnavas. That's why our Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, they are Rasik Vaishnavas. We are reading their books. People, Dandi Maharaj, Shri Anirudh Prabhuji, they are all Rasik Vaishnavas. We take their foot dust on our head, our previous acharyas, predecessors acharyas, senior acharyas, and try to understand the purpose of our lives. So our only hope is that we take shelter of the Vaishnavas, their lotus feet, and then take shelter of also Navadvip Dham, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Araditam Navavanam Rajakananaste, Naraditam Navavanam Rajeva Dure, Aradito Dvisuta Vrajana Garaste, Naradito Dvisuta Natavea Krishna. If you worship Sachinandan Gaurahari, then you automatically worship Krishna. If you worship Navadvip Dham, then automatically you have worshipped Sri Vrindavan Dham. So therefore, try to surrender to Navadvip Dham, Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari. And we should try to hear the sweet pastimes. Autirane Krishna Chandre, Autirane Gaura Chandre, Vistirane Prema Sagare, Yena Majjanti Te Mahanartha Sagare, Kriya Saktan, Dik Ukadatapaso, Tikcha Yamina, Digastu, Brahmaha, Manapari Fullan, Jadamatin, Imetan, Shochamo, Vishara Samattan, Narapashun, Kishachit, Leshotpi, Milito, Gaura Maduna. Those who are following the Karma Marga, they will go to the heavenly planets. And those who are following the path of Jnana, impersonal liberation, they will get liberation. And those who are trying the path of yoga, they will get mystic perfections. They can become lighter than atom, and they can become invisible, this and that. But without practicing bhakti, one cannot get Krishna Prem. If you want Krishna Prem, then yoga will not do. Only bhakti you have to do. Nas namam sadheti yoga, na sankhya dharma uddeva, na swadhyayastapastyago yatha bhakti amorjita. So we have to become like that. We have to become like Devahuti. What was the condition of Devahuti? Devahuti, after she heard Harikatha from her son Kapil Dev, incarnation of Bhagwan, the Kardam's wife Devahuti became so mad. Sometimes she used to be naked, even without clothes. Suppose Gurudev should tell sometimes that some devotees ask me, "Oh, Gurudev, give me nice clothes." Then I said, "Go and ask Shukdev Goswami. If you want clothes, ask Shukdev Goswami. He never wore any clothes." Understand? Some devotees used to tell Gurudev, "Oh, Gurudev, please, I am coming to Mathura, make an arrangement of a nice house for me." Then Srila Gurudev said that I completely gave up my own house. I completely sacrificed my own house. How can I give you a house? But he said, if you be like Shukdev Goswami, do you need a house? Shukdev Goswami will need a bhajan kutir or any place. Wherever he goes, he can sit underneath any tree or under the sky and do bhajan. For him, there is no need of a house, there is no need of a soft bed, no need of any facility. So, like that, the Gurudev is telling us that be like Shukdev Goswami, completely having no other desires. Then only we can get Krishna. Like Mirabai. Mirabai also, was she attracted to, was she not married? She was also married, but in childhood her mother told that Krishna is your beloved. She accepted that, and whole life she told only one thing: I am married, but actually I am married to Krishna. Mere to Girdhar Gopal dusara no koi. That she told that Krishna is only alone my husband. I don't accept any other husband. So can we be like her? Can we be like Mirabai? Gurudev was asking. She was completely dedicated to Krishna only. Krishna and nothing but Krishna. Like Draupadi. Draupadi is completely dedicated to Krishna. And that's why Arjuna respects her so much. Yudhishthira respects her so much because she is Krishna's Sakhi. Yeah, Subhadra is Krishna's sister, but Draupadi is even more dear. Krishna calls her Sakhi and she calls Krishna Sakha. And that's why all the Pandavas were respecting Draupadi so much. Can you say that they are not very high class just because they are grasthas? If any grastha is like that, or his wife is also like Draupadi and Yudhishthira, or Arjuna and Draupadi, then what is the need of sannyasa? Then they are actually very high class. If some grastha can be like Draupadi or like Mirabai, Mirabai also married, Draupadi also married, but they had no attachment for their husbands. They are all only attachment for Krishna and Krishna alone. Such grihasthas, such women, they are glorious. Hare Krishna. Manchaka, Patravarsha, Prabhas, Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavad Pranams. Thank you so much for that. And thank you, dear devotees, for joining me today. So we'll see you all tomorrow for Shripad Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj's class. The usual time, and we'll see Shripad Bhaktivedanta Vishnu Daivata Maharaj again on Sunday for Bhagavad Gita. Thank you, Hare Krishna Dandavad. Thank you, Maharaj, for your time. Hare Krishna Dandavad.